2, 1, fire!
Hello everyone, Goof and a Half here, and I am here to continue my quest. Yes, my quest to find a way to get every single planet and moon, except for Jewel, visited by the same Kerbal. I guess that's a good way to put it. When we left off in the last episode, I got a spaceship into orbit. And we're going to fly that mission right now and see what we can do about getting that spaceship all the way to the moon. There's our target right over there. And here's our ship. And how we doing on... It looks like we're maintaining our charge here. We have tons of fuel in this upper stage here. Tons of fuel. More than enough than we ever would need for this kind of a mission. We also have this stage here, which has... Oh, that's interesting. I've got the rockets and the parachute shooting off at the same time. Okay, we're going to do some in-flight reprogramming. I didn't notice that until just now. That's not good. Alright, right, so we've got this rocket here, which is not highlighting. It should be this guy. We can't... Oh, it's right here. There we go. With its pile of fuel. And make sure all the other staging is correct, yeah. So we blow that rocket and then disconnect there, and then we have our landing rockets. Alright, so this rocket here, the one where we have, should get us all the way to the moon. Now that I think about it, I don't have any way to reuse that. There's no docking port here that I can redock to. Or control module or whatever. So that's a design flaw that we should fix on the next version. But we'll try and see what we can do with this. So I think number one, add some control function to here and a dock so that we can redock when we need to. And the other thing I need to change, of course, now that we're going into darkness, I can't see anything, and these lights I didn't configure right. I have no lights on this section here. I got plenty of lights for my lander, but no lights for the side of the lander. That's right. Forget about the lights. So the other thing I need to do, I realized offline, was that my lander doesn't have any way of breaking the capsule off. So we have, there's no way to show it. But the top part of my lander, the crew component, can't disconnect from the lander part. So this whole thing has to come down as one piece in the atmosphere, which is a problem because the parachute, as we saw in a couple episodes ago, the parachute is not strong enough to support the weight of the whole thing. So we're going to have to hope and pray that there's a way that we'll have enough fuel. These rockets, this fuel has to land us on the moon. Oops. To land us on the moon, it has to take off from the moon, and it has to re-enter Kerban orbit and then land. And I don't think there's enough fuel for all of that. So we might just get this guy on the moon and then call him Jebediah. We'll just strand him there until we mount a rescue mission with one more revision of this rocket. So let's see if we can get to the moon, even though we probably cannot get back. Alright, so first things first, let us decide what sort of an orbit we're going to use. And this, you know, we can rotate our orbit any way we need to. Let's see if we can just pull this straight out. Right. Keep pulling it out until we go. Whoa. I meant to not go that far. Alright, a little more in. So we're at least close to... Oh. I was thinking that we could... that 1 million. Just rotate this around. Alright, Jebediah, I think we're going to the moon. And I think for the first time in this quest, we actually have enough fuel to get there. Alright. Burn is not applicable, so I guess we're not burning. And we're going to reach our maneuver point in 2 minutes. Let me see just a little quick burn here. This is saying we're going to do a 1 minute burn. Alright. What did that do to our approach vector here? Moon periapsis is still 8. I don't like that because we're coming in low. I wanted to come in right on the moon. But, you know, we'll adjust. We'll adjust. Alright, so at 30 seconds we're going to crank this sucker up. Right. Do 10 times speed. 46, 45, 15 seconds. Oh. 10 seconds to burn. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. Why is this still not quite on target there? Let's see how our orbit's looking. Crank it up a little bit. We've got tons and tons of fuel. I mean, this thing could have taken us there and back again if I had the right docking and whatnot, like I said earlier. Still on target? What's this purple thing? I don't know. Almost there. Orbit speed is very high. And 2, 1, kill. Okay, so let's take a look at our what our result is. Let's delete the maneuver. Let's clean up the display here. And this says descending node, closest approach. Okay, so you know what we're going to do is we're going to go out about halfway and see if we can adjust the orbit now that we're leaving Kerban behind. Alright, so let's put a maneuver here that does a better job of intersecting with the moon. And it says our closest approach is going to be 9,000. And is that if we do this maneuver? Alright, where's our maneuver? This doesn't seem right. That's retrograde. Or maybe that's part of it, just slowing down. Oh, where's the maneuver? What did I miss? Try 2 minutes. You'd think you would have seen it, unless it's up there. Maybe it's up there? Or down here? There it is. I guess because I'm trying to adjust the orbit slightly. The 1 second burn. Am I misreading this? What's going on here? Why is this... Why is this saying the closest approach? Did we miss the moon? Did we miss the moon? I don't know what I'm doing. That's Kerban apoapsis. See, I thought closest approach meant that's how close I was getting to the moon. Target position at closest approach. Okay. I guess I don't know what I'm doing then. Oh, what's that? Moon encounter. I don't want just an encounter. I want moon landing. Come on. I don't know what this is. Is that where we're going to intersect the moon? Alright, you know what? We're going to do this and then we're going to try to figure it out from there. So what's our target direction now? This is way, way too hard. Let's turn that off. And lock SAS when we actually cross the now. Okay. In 2 hours we have a burn. Alright, so let's fast forward 2 hours. Here comes the moon, I can see it. This says we have a 20-second burn. That's the moon. Alright. Just pop up briefly. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Alright. So now we burn. This always happens near the end of the burn. Alright, let's see what we got now. Wonky wonkies. Alright, we're going to delete this. And then we're going to add a maneuver at the apoapsis. Try to bring us into line, into orbit with the moon. To get into moon or orbit, our whole mission is moon periapsis. There you go. But it doesn't get us into orbit around the moon. But I think what it does... Oh wait, is that moon orbit? No, that's Kerban orbit. Alright, we're going to do this again. We're going to go back and hit the periapsis there. And then when we hit periapsis, then we'll bring in the apoapsis. Alright, so when is that going to happen? In 3 hours and 8 minutes. No, it's almost exactly in the same direction. Alright, so 3 hours, 8 minutes. And we're going to do it a little early, because I don't know if the burn is real. No, it does say 7 seconds. Alright, so uh-oh, the music changed. 6, 5, 4, 3. And out. Okay, so let's delete that. And now at periapsis, we'll add a maneuver, which should slow us down to put us into orbit around. This is all very complicated. So we're outside of the orbit of the moon now. I didn't think we were doing that, but I'm clearly mistaken. What's happening here? Maybe if I just enter lunar orbit. Oh, man. And I thought I was doing so well. Okay, let's rotate to our orientation. Pretty sure we're gonna be mostly retrograde, right? And there's the moon. Why can't I just head to it? Just point the rocket at the moon and go. I can't find the maneuver. I hate it when I can't find the maneuver. Whee! I'm making Jebediah spacesick. Yeah, so the maneuver is almost exactly retrograde. And it's in 37 minutes. And notice how it's pointing almost directly at the moon. And that seems like the thing to do. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to forget the maneuver. And point directly at the moon. And kick it into gear. Come on, point directly at the moon. And then kick it into gear and see what happens. Okay, ready? Steady. Go. Oh, why did that switch? Why did our orientation switch? Did something happen? Did something exciting happen? I'm going to delete this maneuver. Go away. We're still heading for moon escape. Here's our periapsis. And I just pointed that way. So let's keep going. Alright. I'm heading straight at the moon. I don't know what the purple line is meant to be. Well, that's the orbit I'll enter if I don't do anything. Still pointing straight at the moon. This is my moon encounter. That's my moon escape. And that's moon at periapsis, I'm guessing. Uh-oh. Something exploded. No, nothing exploded. Oh. I think we're doing the right thing. $111, $110. Oh. Alright. So let's add a maneuver here. Now, will this get us around the moon? Into. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, finally. So 100, 130. Perfect. 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 Let's go with that. So that's maneuver is in 36 minutes. Alright. What kept exploding? Okay, I'm almost out of fuel. That's fine, because I have that other stage that was actually meant to get us to the moon. But I clearly need to do a little bit better. Okay, yeah. Before we do anything, let's find our target. I thought it would be right near us, right? We got 34 minutes to find this thing on the ball. There it is. Oh, interesting. Let's see. It's a prograde. Oh no, that's retrograde. Alright. That just means we went too far. That's a 40-second burn. We'll do a quick test. Yeah, it says 40 seconds. Okay. So I'll fast forward until we get to that point, and then we're just going to burn when the node says 20 seconds. 19, 18, 17, 6, 5, 4. Oh, crank it up a little more. I'm getting too anxious. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, burn. Be nice to see it from the other view. See where the moon is in this picture. Oh, that's that rocket. Uh-oh. We haven't entered orbit yet. Okay, so we have to disconnect. I said disconnect. And light this guy up. Oh. Of course, he isn't as powerful. And we're looping around, and we got it. 3, 2, 1, and kill. Close enough. We are in orbit around the moon. Yay! That's pretty exciting. Okay, we're in a kind of a wonky orbit around the moon, but we're still in orbit. And I can't see a thing. I don't know what the staging, what special. I wish I could have seen what staging happens for future reference. Oh, look at that! Silhouetted against the Milky Way. And somewhere back there, yep, is our debris, which is going to be in permanent. Oh no, it might fall into Kerban. All right, not going to worry about it. Okay, so we're in lunar orbit. And now we need to find a place to land. Alright, let's zoom in here. Let us at apoapsis, right? That's when we want to add a maneuver to land. We just slow it down. Boom. A little bit, that's all it takes. And then we want to try to get on the plane so that when we take off, we're closer to Wow, that doesn't help. I thought that would help. Oh, we have to do it when we're here. At the bottom of the... Come on. Right here. And maneuver to tilt up, right? Oh. You know what? Forget it. Forget it. We're going to land is what we're going to do. Hey, go away. We're going to land. Right at apoapsis is where we're going to put a maneuver to land this puppy. And it's okay if we land hot. As far as I'm concerned. Alright, so we'll see. So now we wait until we get there. We got 39 minutes. And we should be landing in sunlight. Here's the sun. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? What I should have done before I disconnected that stage was refilled my RCS tank. That would have been handy, wouldn't it? Refill the RCS tank. Because I had all that fuel there. Let's rotate around to our maneuver position here. Right there. And then we can keep going. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Should we do a quick test burn here? Alright, 9 seconds, so it hasn't changed much. Oh, and the camera swings around. So we did something. Let's see the way that moves. Okay, so now delete this, and we have a landing profile. If we look inside, we should have a radar altimeter somewhere. That's our ball, our meatball. That's vertical speed. We're descending. What does that say? Radar altitude. Here we go. So I wish they had a radar altitude here. Maybe there's a way to do it, and I just don't know it. Oop. I mean, we have this altitude, but this is sea, quote unquote, sea level, right? So what we need to do is just keep going retrograde. And just follow this retrograde. This should rotate around. Let's spin the ship a little bit so we're on the... Is that 50 degrees? Was that 90? That's 90. No, I said spin the... spin the ship. Let me turn that off. Maybe that's confusing things. And right there, can we lock that? Now this should slowly raise up as we... Right there. Just lock there. Okay. So let's speed up a little bit. And we should see us... This thing slowly coming up. Yep. At some point... We're going to see the moon as we come into orbit around, as we come into a landing profile. So what I need to do is get rid of this thing. Now, do I have RCS fuel on here? I don't think I do. I think my only RCS fuel source is there. And we're almost out of it. So that's why I should have refilled when I had the chance. Crumbs. Alright, we'll see if we can actually get anywhere with just the SAS. I'm going to turn off RCS for now. And see what we can do. So what I'm going to do is just have a very slow burn as we're coming in for landing. Just retrograde burn. And then at some point I'm going to disconnect from that rocket. And this should make our thing more and more vertical. Right? Oh, it's as slow as I can go. Alright. Fast forward then. And approach the moon. Ah, we're falling. 140, 130, 120, 110. Alright. So now you can see where we are over here. Spin using the SAS. And again, what we'll do is we'll just keep an eye on that. And have a very slow burn. This still says orbit instead of speed, so just keep it on retrograde. Just keep burning until we run out of fuel, and then disconnect this last final stage. And then just realize that, guess what? We need more fuel if we want to do crazy lunar orbits. Almost done. There we go, okay. And now we're on our lander. So now what's that? It's burning. I don't see anything. Yeah, and we're almost out of fuel. Nice. We might just crash into the moon. After all this work. That's the best part of Kerbal Space Program, is you need to do all this work, and then you crash anyway. Wow. Almost no fuel left. Maybe my lander needs to have more fuel. You think? Alright, our vertical speed is climbing, as one might expect from... We're still 38. We have 118 out of 150 left. That's all we got. Plenty of electricity though. Tell you, I'm good at the electricity thing. Just for fun, let's. Our radar altitude is still pretty high. Okay. Chase, auto, free. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. 18. We got 16, 15. Has this even moved? Has it even budged? No. Still not budging. Is it gonna budge? Because we look like, I think we're really close. Oh no, the rocket's in the night. Oh, the rockets, I don't know, the rockets weren't doing anything. That was anyway, that was 2400. Gosh darn it. I guess we shall call it a mission, huh? Is there anything that indicates why? Yeah, this was the crash, right? Alright, I don't know why the rockets weren't igniting. Alright, let's go back to the Space Center. We're going to adjust, oh, it's nighttime now. We'll adjust our rocket to add in the items that I was talking about before. I really thought we would have a guy on the moon.